Good morning. This is me doing a video in Roswell, New Mexico, because I think I have a very important update to give you. And I will only be speaking about this one more time on a live stream. If you have never really looked at this channel or talked to or seen what we talk about on this channel, then this is not a video for you, because this is for my church, my audience, and what we're dealing with right now. Recently, someone has found Roger Morneau's statement about tithe and what's going on with Conrad Vine and everything that's happening, and it is incredible. It's an incredible find because it really proves what's going on. And I don't want to belabor this topic because I know it's very divisive. I don't know why it's so divisive. I guess when you talk about someone and what they do with their money or politics, people get very defensive. I understand. But let me get to the point. Roger Morneau, in his book, When You Need Incredible Answers to Prayer, has said the following about what's happening today with my church. This is incredible, guys. No matter which side you're on, it deserves a listen. He said, his satanic priest declared that Satan and his chief counselors, the highest ranking spirits beings in the government, were studying ways of reducing the Adventist church into splinters. Listen to this. One of their strategies would be to cause some Seventh-day Adventist individuals possessing great intellect and great capacities to convince and convert, to sow discontent and dissatisfaction among the people. This is Conrad Vine, no doubt. And how I know that? Because of this next couple paragraphs. They would greatly magnify some of the mistakes made by some of its leaders, and would do so without ceasing. Demonic spirits would then bitterly attack and fill people's minds with the thoughts that the entire leadership of the church is corrupt and that the Creator has rejected his commandment-keeping church. As a result, vast members of people, the priest predicted, will withdraw their tithes and offerings from the church, causing cancellation of many of the programs of mercy and benevolence it has successfully carried on for so very long. The high priest continued, "It will be a great day for our master and his chief counselors when the Seventh-day Adventist church is reduced to splinters. There will be great celebrations taking place." And he goes on and talks about that stuff. And on this YouTube channel, I have made polls because I was very curious about how this is affecting the church. And I found this before finding this quote. This is what I thought was probably some of the most incredible stuff. First of all, I went through and I said, what is the religion primarily of the people that are watching this channel? And it is clearly 84%. I'll put that on the screen so you can see it better. But 84% of you are watching that are Seventh-day Adventists, not splinters of Seventh-day Adventists, not Reformed, Branch Davidian, Shepherd's Rod. You are Seventh-day Adventist, not non-denominational, not other, and we're happy to have you watch this program. This is a video that's primarily Adventist right now, but it also said, I also did another poll that said, how do you currently use your tithe today? Well, it so happens that 64% say they send it straight to the local conference. 64% send it straight to the local conference or church. There's another 18% that send it to ministries, and another 13% that say, I honestly don't pay tithe, and a small percentage that send it to the needy. But what was incredible about this is that when thinking about the satanic idea of sending it somewhere else, this is what has been said. So this gives the mindset of what is happening right now. I said, do you agree with what Conrad Vine says on his statements? And I quoted him and gave the timestamps of them. He says no tithes should be paid, particularly to the NAD, until all of our institutions actually agree to uphold what we believe. And no tithes should be paid in the form of money to any conference, mission, field, section worldwide until the General Conference apologizes to those who were hurt by the reaffirmation statement. Do you agree? It says 37% say yes. Yes, they said yes. And don't get me wrong, I love every single one of you, but the 42% said no. So the between is like split almost in half. Why is that so incredible? Well, it's incredible because the majority right now is sending it to the conference. So if this splits almost 50-50 down the middle, that means that percentage is going to go way down in the next few months, which would cause the majority or a significant amount of harm, exactly what Roger Morneau said would happen, or what he said his high priest, when he was in the occult, would do to the church. Folks, if you follow this channel, we follow Roger Morneau's writings about spiritualism and what's happening in society, and I hope you would take it as some authority due to his testimony. I'm not saying that he's anywhere on par with the Bible or with inspiration, other writings, but I do think that he has some authority in this. And so I think we should, as a people, take it 2 steps back and go, if I've said that I agree with Conrad Vine on this, maybe I should at least think about this and pray about it a little bit further. I know there are a lot of problems with what's going on in the church, but it is of my opinion that these are like 4 or 5% issues, and there is 96 to 97% good that the church is still doing. And so to take our tithe away from the church and put it into something else, redirecting it, this is not God's plan to use this method to hit hard. You don't have a say in what's going on if you decide to redirect your tithe, and where your money goes, that's where your heart will be. This is a trap, folks, and Conrad Vine is leading it. Bless his soul. I think that he has done a great job showing the problems here, but leaving the problems is not the solution. We have to reform the problems, not go away from them, and not use our money to hurt the church. This is an incredible thing that we must think about. So that's all I have for today. This is a short video. Please share this, because if you don't share it, it won't be seen by other people. Email it, WhatsApp it, push it to Messenger and your Facebook groups, because what's happening here is the algorithm sometimes shows only the short videos to the people that want to see short videos, and the long videos, which I normally produce to long video watchers. And so if you've seen, and the majority of my audience is used to long videos, they probably won't watch this unless you share it. Again, my name is Bradley. This is Bradley from a hotel room in I want to say Roseville, but I'm not even in Roseville. That's where I used to live. Roswell, New Mexico, the land of enchantment. And what we've been doing is spreading the word out here about what's going on behind the scenes with this ufology stuff. And I hope you continue to support what I'm doing. I will only mention this one more time on the live stream, and we'll get right back into spiritualism, right back into ufology and understanding what's happening in the last days. This is not going to become a central part of my channel, tithing. This is not something I want to talk about, but I think it's super important. And I find it fascinating too that this has come up at a time when I'm bringing on a lot of people that are fascinated by ufology from the conference. I almost don't even want to produce this video because of that, because I'm worried that, I want to talk and show them the truth about this. They came on for this, but we have such a huge audience of my church that I have to talk about what's happening, and I have to show you guys what's incredible that's happening here. So subscribe if you haven't seen me before, because you probably won't see me again. My name is Bradley, and this has been Pure Strangeness and Absolute Normalcy. We'll see you next time. Peace.